NDP. And joining us also is Alexa Gilmore, MPP for Parkdale High Park. Prior to becoming elected office holder, I was an entrepreneur and I worked also for over 16 years in the real estate financial services sector. And during that time, I supported my clients with their real estate acquisitions, including both commercial and residential purchases. I witnessed firsthand how important home ownership was to so many hardworking Ontario families. And for most first-time homebuyers, even second-time homebuyers and other move-up buyers who did not have all the means of an all-out cash purchase, it meant that the majority of them would have to arrange for mortgage financing. But the majority of Ontarians do not have $1 million of cash sitting in their bank account. And so for that purpose, they would have to qualify and secure a registered mortgage or other financial product to help them complete that real estate purchase. But for over 1 million Muslim Ontarians who are working hard, raising families, and building up our collective success in this province, in some cases who already have the qualified income to secure that loan, they have saved and put aside that down payment, and they have even come up with the closing costs. They have everything in place to qualify for a mortgage, but their faith prohibits them from seeking out a conventional interest-laden loan. And this is why we are seeing the need for legislation to be explored across Canada, and I will get to that very soon. But we have big conventional banks who provide a wide range of financial products and services. This includes TD or BMO, Scotia, RBC, you name them. They're out there hustling to get products out to the market so that they can meet the needs of the consumers. But there is the need for another financial product, and that is halal mortgages. And that option right now is not available broadly in Canada, and we would like to change that by starting here in Ontario and beginning that conversation. So we know that this barrier is not exclusive to Ontarians. This challenge is facing observant Muslims across Canada, and lesser to that degree in the United States. In the United States, halal mortgages are now available in all 50 states through nonprofits and other major institutional lenders. In Canada, we have seen historically restricted alternatives, and we would like to make sure that that conversation is going to be open. What we have seen is that the federal government made an announcement in 2024 in their federal budget to start exploring federal options. And further to that, we know that in British Columbia, this conversation and the research is underway. And we now have also in the province of Alberta, where they have direct provincial government backing for the extension of halal mortgages. Before the legislature rose, I tabled a motion, and that motion would call on the government of Ontario to work with the federal government to expand access to alternative financing options from trusted and regulated lenders to include what is known as halal mortgages, enabling cost plus sale, murabaha, and partnership financing models known as musharaka. These words are simply not mentioned in the legislature, and this may be the very first time it's found its way into any type of motion or bill. But this issue of halal mortgages is not new, certainly not to the Ontario NDP. Our former finance critic, Catherine Fife, as well as the leader, Mart Stiles, has raised this issue for several years, and they have had conversations and they've reached out to government members calling on them to act. So I'm very pleased, extremely proud to be standing here today alongside Ontario's Muslim communities to make halal mortgages in our province finally a reality. I'm here today with Dr. Mohammed Shawah, a co-founder and the CEO of Manzil, a Canadian Islamic fintech company, and Shefni Nalir, who is the general manager of the Toronto Islamic Center. I want to invite them to the podium now to share a few words and to explain why they believe that halal mortgages, that its time is now come to Ontario. I'll begin with Dr. Shawah.
Thank you very much, MPP Kristen, for your remarks and for the background and the all of the foundational elements that you spoke to. Assalamu alaikum and good morning, everyone. For decades, Muslim families across Ontario have been locked out of homeownership, not because of their credit scores, not because of their income, and not because of their balance sheets, but because there are no compliant options that have existed for them. Many rent by choice today, deliberately, because buying through a conventional interest-based mortgage is not an option that their faith permits. And that is a reality facing over 1 million Muslims in this province right now. And the demand is extraordinary. Across this province, young families, professionals, and newcomers are all eager to plant roots in Ontario, all waiting for the government to catch up to their needs. The tools already exist. Murabaha and Musharaka are proven, regulated, and ready to scale, and what is missing is the policy framework to unlock access. MPP Wong-Tam's motion is exactly the signal this community has been waiting for decades. It says, you belong here, your values matter, and Ontario is ready to act. We urge every MPP in this legislature to stand behind this motion, and over 1 million Ontarians are watching, and they deserve the government that prioritizes their equal participation in this province's future. The time to act is now. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Shavni, go ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Again, thank you, MPP Wong-Tam, for bringing forward this important motion. For many Muslim families, the challenge is not whether they can afford a home. The challenge is whether they can purchase a home in a way that aligns with their faith. Over the years, I've met families who have chosen to rent for decades rather than enter into a financing agreement they're uncomfortable with. Some delay purchasing a home, and while others simply feel they have no viable option available to them. At the Toronto Islamic Center, we faced something very similar. When we sought to purchase our permanent home at 817 Yonge Street, because suitable financing options were limited, our community had to create their own solution. So through a diminishing partnership model, which is known as Musharaka, our congregation came together and contributed more than $2.3 million in a single month towards purchasing that building. What the experience showed us is that demand already exists. Families want to invest, communities want to grow, and people want to participate in the economy while remaining true to their own values. It's important to note that faith-based financial accommodations are not unique to Muslims. Canadians of many faith traditions have sought ways to reconcile their religious beliefs with modern financial systems. And this motion continues that tradition of accommodation, inclusion, and choice. This motion is not about changing Ontario's laws to favor one religion, nor is it about imposing religious beliefs on anyone. No one would be required to use these products. Rather, it's about ensuring that Ontarians who wish to access alternative financing models through trusted and regulating institutions have that freedom to do so. We have already seen the movement in Alberta where steps have been taken to allow financial institutions to offer Islamic financing products. Ontario now has an opportunity to examine similar options and determine what works best for families in this province. At its heart, this issue is about consumer choice, financial inclusion, and home ownership. It's about ensuring that families are not forced to choose between their faith and their future. We commend MPP Wong-Tam for taking this important first step and look forward to working with government, financial institutions, and community partners to continue this conversation. When people of all backgrounds can participate fully in society while remaining true to their values, our communities become stronger in Ontario, and Ontario becomes stronger. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you to both our speakers who are significantly taller than myself. Thank you. Honestly, this has been a real pleasure to work with this incredible and talented group of individuals to bring this motion forward. We will be traveling this summer to cities such as London and Ottawa as well as setting up a consultation process here in Toronto. We want to meet with the community members. We want to hear about your struggles. We are very interested in knowing how we can advance this work with you. If I may offer just one particular analogy, for those who are suggesting that we may have enough options out there, one thing I'd like to share with you is that halal mortgages would be similar to offering perhaps halal food in large grocery stores. We know that major grocery stores and chains are rising to meet the needs of their consumers. And so they're placing those halal food products right next to non-halal food items. And the consumer can come and choose which one suits their dietary or lifestyle needs. And so really what we want to do is expand all the financial options out there, make sure that the consumers are protected and that this is going to be studied and regulated so that we can, at one point, I think, become a leader in Islamic financing halal mortgages, and then we will be able to export our products and go global. I'm interested in welcoming any questions, and the questions can be placed and directed to any of our speakers. Thank you very much. We will conclude our press conference, and we want to say thank you to the speakers once again. Your time here is incredibly valuable. Your partnership is something that we're very excited to explore and also to expand upon. Thank you.